The defense has something to play for because Robert Saleh is gunning for that head coaching job. And Saleh's not going to throw in the towel one game away. If they give up 40 points today, his stock goes down. So Saleh is coaching like his career depends on it today. And I'm always interested to see what Saleh does because he's so good. I know we're interested to see what Shanahan does, but Shanahan sometimes gives himself an out when he doesn't have a starting quarterback. Saleh's full board no matter what. He's got like 13 kids to feed, all right? So just kidding. It's like 7 or 8. Okay, so the thing is, he needs to have an answer for DK Metcalf. And he had an answer last week for DeAndre Hopkins, put Jason Verrett on him. Well, DK Metcalf's a whole lot different than DeAndre Hopkins. DK Metcalf is like 235 pounds. He's big like a tight end, and it's not as simple as putting your 5'9" corner on him to shut him down. So I asked Robert Saleh, it's a boilerplate common question every week. You ask the defensive coordinator about the best receiver on the team. You know, what do you see from this guy? How are you going to defend him? And in this case, it's a guy they've faced already and a guy who shredded him for 160-something yards and 2 touchdowns. So the question was, Robert, what'd you learn from the first time you got torched by DK Metcalf? And his answer was so interesting. Usually, like Vic Fangio would be like, oh, you know, we didn't execute. We got to execute better. We have a plan. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but we got to execute the plan. I mean, something like that. That's what coaches say. Not Saleh. Saleh's like, ooh, good question. We learned that they're not afraid to throw slants over the middle to DK Metcalf. That's specific. And then he said, you know, the thing is with him, like when we try to hit him with our safeties on those slants, our safety just bounce off. It's like, it's actually more physically dangerous for our safeties than for DK because he's got 20 pounds on him. It's not what he said. He didn't compare size, but that's what he said. It's actually dangerous for our defensive backs. So we're going to have to aim lower. So he said, we're going to have to aim lower. And so I went back and watched. I think it's 3 plays. I figured it'd be interesting. You guys might find it interesting too, to go back and look at exactly what Saleh's trying to take away. Because from Saleh's mind, he's very precise. You know, the deep stuff for DK Metcalf, he's not worried about it. They're going to take Emmanuel Mosley out, put Ahkello Witherspoon in. Witherspoon's got 4 inches on Mosley. They feel they can match up with those stuff. Saleh's like, okay, I can take away the deep stuff. I'm not really worried about the quick outs. I'm not really worried about the screens, but we don't have an answer for the slants. If we can have an answer for the slants, I feel like I can keep DK in check, to use a chess metaphor. So let's see how DK hurt the Niners on screens about 2 months ago. All right, shall we? I think it's going to be fun. All right, so let's get it going. This is the first one. This was, let's see, 2nd and goal at the 2, 3:33 left in the second quarter. So notice it's Mosley here. It's going to be Ahkello in this game. But also notice there's no safety here. This is basically Mosley one-on-one against Metcalf. And Metcalf is like 45 pounds bigger than him. He's just hanging on for dear life here. You can see it from the end zone a little bit better, how Mosley has no chance. The only chance the Niners have to break up this pass, I don't even think Witherspoon could do much, is to have a safety hitting them, a safety playing in the middle of the field, triggering downhill, to use coach speak, and knocking this ball out. So let's see if Robert Saleh makes the adjustment. Where is the next one? Hold on. 10:21, third quarter. Okay. So the Seahawks see that. That's at the end of the first half. Come right back to it in the third quarter because you make your halftime adjustments, and they say, oh, that little Mosley can't stop a slant. So now, where are we? This third quarter, 10:46, 3rd and 4. So last time it was 2nd and goal to 2. You just need 2 yards. This is when they go to the slant, when they just need a couple of yards. And they put them on the right side against not Verrett because they're smart. So this time, though, you got the safety in the middle of the field. It's not – there's someone there. So this is basically 2-on-1. Let's see what happens. Again, Mosley doesn't get his hands on him. Witherspoon should be able to get his hands on him, but just gets beaten to the inside. Here comes Harris. It's too late. It's a first down. All he can hope to do is knock the ball out. But if you notice, he gets knocked backwards. Let's go real slow. Here's the point of contact. Who gets knocked backwards? Metcalf or Harris? Harris. Harris crumples. Metcalf stands tall like a redwood tree, and Mosley drags him down from behind. Watch it from the end zone. You'll really see how violent Metcalf is on Harris. I mean, no one really cares about defensive backs. When defensive backs hit a running back or a wide receiver, it's like, oh my God. But when DK Metcalf does this, watch this. Watch his helmet. He sees him. This guy's trying to do the proper tackling technique that Robert Saleh coaches. Get your helmet out of there and hit the guy in the chest. And here comes DK lowering his helmet right into Marcel Harris. See that? Harris trying to get the helmet to the side. DK lowering it, using it as a weapon. Hits him right in the head. Look at that. So Marcel Harris doing what he was coached to do almost gets him hurt. Look at that. And that's supposed to be a penalty on the offense. That was a point of emphasis a couple of years ago. The league wanted to take this out of the sport, and they called 3 penalties on it, and then they forgot about it. That's vicious. So Saleh's saying, look, how can I tell Marcel Harris to aim high? How can I tell him that? I'm gonna get Marcel Harris knocked out if I tell him to aim high. This guy is not your normal wide receiver. We got to aim low. And so what he's saying is, we're going below the waist. We're going below the waist. DK, did you hear me? We're going below the waist, because hitting you in the up high doesn't seem to phase you. And what I've heard Dante Whitner say it any number of times when he used to be on the team. Offensive players would rather get hit in the helmet than get hit in the knees. You can shake off a concussion. The knee injury could ruin your career. I'm not saying Saleh's telling him to take out the knees, because he's not. But I'm saying, DK, be careful, because they tried to do it the legal way. You did this. Now they're going low. And if you don't believe me, let's check out the final clip, because I got one more. This is 6:33, fourth quarter, with the game pretty much in hand. They do it again. They, being the Seahawks, is 3rd and 9 here. And they're up big. Aren't they? Yeah, they're up big. It's 30-14, 3rd and 9. They could run the ball here, but no, they go for the slant again. DK's at the bottom of your screen. Here's Marcel Harris again right there waiting for it. They're expecting it. Robert Saleh's no dummy. So here we go. Here's the slant. Boom. Again, you got to get hands on him. And that's to be one difference is Akello Witherspoon getting his hands on the receiver, beaten to the inside. What's the point of even being in press technique? Okay, so anyway, see you later, Mosley. Here comes Harris. Does knock the ball away, but also knocks himself out, or darn near, in the process. Scary play. I mean, maybe you didn't think about it during the game because you were upset that the Niners were losing and it was late, and Harris is a tough guy and not a starter. But look what happens to him here. Saleh cares about this. Saleh has to protect his guys. And watch this. He goes to break up the pass. He goes high, hits him in the strike zone like he's been coached. Look at this. Look at that. It's like he runs into a brick wall. I'll let it run without stopping it, and then I'll do it full speed. This is scary. Saleh has to protect. He can't let this happen to Harris again. Harris is a big hitter, a big guy. He's probably 215 pounds. He's still giving up 20, at least 20 here. Let's run at full speed here. Scary hit. DK is hurting people. So what are you going to do? Look, he even told you, man, hey, DK, it's nothing personal. We tried to hit you legally. You're going to get our guys hurt. Respect to you. You're a baller. We got to hit you low, man. We're coming for them legs. We're coming for them legs, and you better be ready. And I'm telling you, if DK Metcalf drops a pass over the middle, it's because he knows that they're coming for them legs. Coming for them. It's the right call. What would you do if you were Robert Saleh? Football's a brutal sport, right? What's the answer? We don't have an answer. Oh, well, coming for them legs, baby. That's the answer.